Hi, and welcome to All About Adulting. I'm your host, Kimberli Buckley, and I'm the library manager at the Concord Library. I've been planning adulting programs at the library for a long time, and I was a teen librarian for many years, so I feel like I have a lot of experience in the area of adulting. And I hope that you will enjoy this mini series geared for high school and college students. With all of us staying at home right now and staying in to stay safe, I thought it would be awesome if I could bring the adulting programs to you. So, before we get started on our topic of the day, I want to share with you a question that people ask me all of the time. And the question that they ask is, what is adulting anyway? Well, adulting can mean a lot of things, and the term is usually referred to for someone who's doing something that is related to acting like an adult. So maybe a person is working at a job, or they have opened up a bank account, or maybe they're paying some bills. Well, then they are all adulting. And basically, what that means is they're doing grown up tasks. So I wanted to start with this quote today because I think it's sort of funny because I didn't have Google when I was growing up. And Google is great, and so is YouTube. But the real tricky but cool part about adulting is that we just have to learn how to do things on our own. The also other awesome thing about adulting is that if we don't get it right the first time, we can always try again. So the word adulting is a verb, and that kind of makes sense because when we are adulting, we're actually doing something. The real definition means to do grown up things like get a job, pay your bills, or do your own laundry. But the number one point of adulting is that you are being independent, trying new things on your own, and being responsible. Okay, so now that we know all of that, we can move on to what I think is the more fun aspect of adulting, trying to figure out just what you need to know and how to apply it to your life. So here are some of the topics that we're going to cover in this mini series, and you can see that some of these are very, very important skills for living on your own. And even though they might seem like a lot, you can totally do this. And I'm here to help. So let's get started. Today's topic is all about food. Yes, we all need food. We need to have it to survive, and we need to make sure that we eat right each and every day. You know that Snickers commercial where that guy is really hungry and he's acting like a diva or something? And it turns out he's just really, really hungry. So once he eats a Snickers, he's okay, right? Well, we all know that we have to eat better than that. We learned about the four basic food groups probably when we were younger. Well, I guess there's five now. But anyway, you get the basic idea. You need protein, vitamins, minerals, a little bit of fats, maybe some carbs, and we need water for sure. We need all of these nutrients to ensure our best possible health. With all of this in mind, it's time to start thinking about how we can get these nutrients into our kitchen. So I'm going to go over some of the basics of what we need to know. Let's face it, as much as I would love to DoorDash every day, we just can't do that. It's not good for us and it definitely costs too much. If we do a little work on our own to master the art of having food in the house and in our fridge, and then understand what we are eating as well as how to prepare the food, I think we'll be all set. So I've got some fun tips and tricks to share with you on this topic. So let's get started. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was shopping lists. And shopping lists, they might be, they might not seem that exciting, but it's really really good to make a shopping list. And the first step to creating a shopping list is to go through your pantry and your fridge and take inventory of anything that you have that needs replenishing. So some of the things that you're going to think about they're called the staples. Is eggs, milk, butter, I don't know, snacks, any canned goods that you think you might need. Those are all considered staples, and these are the items that you regularly use and run out of more quickly. So, also, if you can, look for coupons. I have a friend who finds coupons and she gets all kinds of deals. Look up every different coupon and special that's available to you prior to starting your list. This way, if you find a deal on something that you normally run out of quickly, you can stock up and save money. And the last thing about shopping lists, Don't forget your lists at home. So many times I've made an excellent list with everything I need and spent a lot of time working on it, only to get to the store and find that I left it at home. So here's a few shopping tips that might help when you're going to the grocery store. Whether you're picking up just a few things or if you're stocking up for the week, there are plenty of simple ways to save time and money. And here are some tips to help with your shopping to go smoothly. To make your shopping trip a lot easier, organize your list according to the aisles in your grocery store. If you divide your list into sections, it's much easier to ensure that no items will go overlooked. Also, don't shop when you're hungry, because if you shop when you're hungry, you are going to buy everything that you see that looks good. You're just going to pick it up and say, "This looks great because I'm hungry." Kind of like the picture of the girl with the Doritos bags. Also, a tip that I just found out about, so I should have known from a long time ago, is never shop on a Sunday afternoon. From shoppers, there's a lot of shoppers making their way on Sundays afternoons, and if you're there, sometimes they want to buy a bunch of things and there's long lines. So Sunday is one of the most crowded times at a grocery store. So, and you also want to stay away from the major shopping peak hours. It's never fun to run into crowds and endure the long lines. And then also, you'll have picked over foods and sales racks. So when you want to go instead is basically off hours, anytime, typically first thing in the morning or late in the evening, or right in the middle of the week. So, and one thing you might want to do is bring your own bags. Bringing your own reusable bags is good for the environment, and who needs another plastic bag anyway? Some stores even offer discounts for every reusable bag that you bring into the store. I've created a list of apps that can help you make your shopping a breeze. I've tried some of these and they actually really do help. You'll have your list right on your phone and it'll be a lot easier than writing it out, and then you won't have to worry about forgetting it at home. So if you want to try some kind of app, I recommend any one of these apps for a shopping list. Next thing I want to talk about is food labels. If you know how to read a food label, it'll make it a lot easier for you. You can compare foods and find the foods that have the nutritional value that you're looking for. If you spend a little extra time reading the food labels, you'll be able to make a healthier choice about the food that you buy. Looking at food labels can help you see the important amounts of fat, sugar, cholesterol that's in a product. And this can also be helpful so that you can compare different products and see which one has the best options for you. On the flip side, you can use the food label to find items that are higher in vitamins, fiber, and protein if that is what you are looking for. Food labels can help you limit the amount of fat, sugar, and cholesterol in your diet by making it easy for you to compare one food item with another and to choose the one with the lower amounts. Also, you can use food labels to find food items higher in vitamins, fiber, and protein. So, food labels sometimes they can be confusing. So, what do they really say? Well, the nutritional information found on a food label is based on one serving of that particular food. That is one of the most common mistakes that people make when they're reading food labels. A food label may indicate that a food has 100 calories and only 5 grams of sugar, for example. But if you look at the number of servings, it may state 3. So that means if you were to eat the entire package, you would be getting 3 times the amount shown on the food label. In this example, 300 calories and 15 grams of sugar. Don't be fooled. Always look at what makes one serving, which the food label information is based on, and how many servings is in that package. So here's something I thought I would include is meal preparation. It can actually save a lot of time and money. So let's face it, cooking every day can be a headache. And here are some tips for preparing meals for the week and staying thrifty with your time and your money all the way. So planning what you will eat throughout the week is very key. For each meal, start off with the staples. the grains, the fruits, the vegetables, and the protein, and choose a whole grain such as brown rice, quinoa, oats, or whole grain pasta. At least one fruit or vegetable that you will give your meal plenty of vitamins and plenty of color, and a quality protein source such as chicken, beef, eggs, seafood, beans, or tofu. Dairy products like milk, cheese, and yogurt are also protein rich. Use these main ingredients to create a shopping list for your week. Also consider buying produce, whole grain meats, cheeses at your local farmer's market to connect with those who grow your food and even save some cash when you buy foods in season. And don't forget your reusable shopping bags. All right, so when it's time to start prepping, you start with the food that will take the longest to cook. This could be any of your food staples, so check your recipes. And you can steam brown rice, you can roast chicken, you can bake potatoes, and those all take about an hour. In the meantime, peel, chop, and cut up the rest of your raw fruits and veggies to have ready as snacks for the week. While waiting for your meals to finish cooking, line up your food containers in an assembly line so the process can be as smooth and fast as possible. Once everything is ready, portion each meal into food containers. And you can get creative with this. You can mix and match your main side dishes and add different sauces, spices, and you can add greens and dried fruit or nuts so your taste buds will stay intrigued. And after each container has cooled down, you can place half in the fridge and half in the freezer, and then you're all set for the week. All right, here's something I wanted to just cover real quickly here. Setting the table. I want to know, do you know how to set the table? How to set the table used to be something that everyone knew how to do. But in today's fast and busy world, knowing how to set a table properly has probably become somewhat of a party trick. If you've been tasked with hosting a baby shower, luncheon, or an informal party and weren't taught how to set a table, no worries, we've got you covered. Here are detailed instructions on how to set a table. And this could be for casual events, and it's just a basic setting. What you need is a placemat, cutlery, which is fork, knife, and spoon, a dinner plate, a water glass, and a napkin. Basically, what you're doing is you're just going to lay the placemat on the table. You're going to put the dinner plate in the middle of the placemat. You're going to lay the napkin to the left of the plate. You're going to place the fork on the napkin, and to the right of the plate, you place the knife closest to the plate, blade pointing in, and place a spoon to the right of the knife. And there's a little note here that says the bottom of the utensils in the plate should be all level. Place the glass of water slightly above the plate, in between the plate and the utensils, about where 1 o'clock would be on the face of a clock. And that's it. Voila, you have your basic table setting. All right. So I wanted to talk about our alternative cooking options. I know cooking is not everybody loves cooking. I like it. I like baking. I like some cooking. I only have like one special thing I make, spaghetti. But there are some alternative cooking options that can be a little bit more exciting. And some of the things that I'm going to cover here, you might have not even ever thought of, like making a meal with an iron. You know, the kind of iron that you iron the clothes with. Well, I'm going to show you how to do that. So here we go. Okay, irons are great for cooking. So you can cook a meal with an iron. I've seen it on YouTube, and it can be lots of fun. We tried it at our adulting program that we had last year, and it was a really big hit. There's a couple of really awesome things that you can cook with an iron. First, you want to make sure that you use foil because the iron can get ruined if it gets food all over it. So for our program, we just plugged an iron in and let it heat up to high, and then we wrapped bread with cheese slices in foil, and we started by putting like the iron on top of the wrapped up sandwich. And within 5 minutes, we had a ooey gooey iron grilled cheese sandwich. Believe me, they were delicious. So we also made cheese quesadillas, and these might have been an even bigger hit. They were just as easy to make. We took 2 flour tortillas, we put grated cheese inside, we wrapped it up in foil, and started ironing. And in 5 minutes, that was the best quesadilla ever. And I just heard that you can actually make s'mores with an iron. I did not know that. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure it would be really good. What you do is you just put together the traditional s'more sandwich with graham crackers, chocolate, and marshmallows, wrap it up in foil, and iron that thing till the marshmallows and the chocolate melt. And then you know what? That sounds really good. So another easy way to cook a meal is with the microwave. I mean, we all have, most of us probably have a microwave. So apparently, you can do anything in the world that you want with a microwave. I was just looking at all the possibilities that you can make with food if you have a microwave, and I don't even know where to start. There's just so many things. So I thought, well, let's just start with French toast, okay? So you can make French toast in a cup in the microwave. I never knew this, and I think I'm going to have to try it. Maybe not right now, but a little bit later. All you need is 2 pieces of bread, 1 egg, 3 tablespoons of milk, some butter, and a few shakes of cinnamon. You put that all in a cup and you microwave it for 1 minute, and there you have it, yummy French toast. And don't forget to add your syrup. Okay, you guys, I am in awe right now. I guess you can make pasta in the microwave, and that means that you can make macaroni and cheese. It's as simple as putting water in a cup with the noodles and cooking it for a minute or two. And then you add the cheese of your choice and then splash of milk, and you cook it for 30 to 45 seconds. That just sounds so easy to do. And then you have a yummy macaroni and cheese. Well, really, I'm telling you, the sky's the limit. If you look it up, recipes for the microwave, you will find a lot of really cool recipes. So, the next thing I wanted to talk about here was the mighty toaster oven. Now, not everybody may have a toaster oven, but somebody might have one tucked away somewhere, and they can do a lot of really cool things. They can actually cook almost just like a real oven. So it's great because you can put it on the counter if you don't have a lot of space. And they are little, but they pack a powerful punch. They can heat up to some pretty high heating levels. We did some toaster oven cooking at our adulting program last year, and of course, it was a giant hit. We came up with our own creation called toaster oven pizza, and here's what you need to make this delicious custom pizza. You heat your toaster oven to 425 degrees. You take a pita bread, can of spaghetti sauce, some mozzarella cheese, maybe some salami, pepperoni, whatever topping you want, and you cook it in the toaster oven for 20 minutes. And you make sure all the cheese is melted, and be careful when you take it out because it's really, really hot. Use an oven mitt if you have one. Well, apparently you can even bake chocolate chips in a toaster oven, and this would be so easy. You could buy some pre-made cookie dough at the store, preheat the toaster oven to 375 degrees, position your oven rack at the center of the oven, and put the pan of cookie dough inside. Bake the cookies for 12 to 15 minutes. If you like soft cookies, take them out closer to 12. And for crunchy cookies, leave them in for the entire 15 minutes. That just sounds delicious. Okay, I could go on forever with all of these awesome cooking options and delicious sounding recipes. I hope that you've gotten some ideas on what you'd like to do when it comes to adulting and food shopping and cooking. You should try to write up your own shopping list and go to the grocery store. It doesn't have to It doesn't have to be a long list, maybe just a few things. Anytime you are trying something out that will help direct you toward adulting is a great thing and allows you to grow and move forward, which also helps you to be prepared for adulthood. Remember, it takes time to learn all of this stuff. And also remember that there will be trial and error. And of course, there's always Google and YouTube if you really want to know how to do something step by step. And just relax, though, and know that you're doing fine and you'll be ready in your own time. Well, that's all I have for you this week. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this segment of our mini series all about food. If you have any questions or want to know more about adulting, I'd be more than happy to answer. I'm Kimberli Buckley, and this has been All About Adulting. I'll see you all next time.